APC is on a smooth ride to winning the election. The other parties are parties that, though we respect them, but they do not have a very strong foothold.
So are you trying to say that your people first before the national interest or any deliberation?
Well, let's go back to democracy. Government of the people, by the people, and for the people. So the people in all of this definition is in 3 times. So it's people, people, people.
All right. Okay, Professor. Well, most people believe the by-election will be APC affairs alone, but until INEC released the qualified parties, and we saw APC, APM, both party, then APP. Do you feel it will be a smooth ride for your party this time around?
Well, Ondo State is almost totally an APC state.
But we still have opposition parties.
Certainly, that is what politics is about. That's what democracy is about. So, you must see how people who want to stay is a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right, and everybody wants to just be heard. So, sincerely, I think in Ondo State.
But people still believe in the alternative. That
is what democracy is about. Democracy is not dictatorship. Dictatorship is that it's only one person and you cannot make a decision. People can look at me and say, look, I don't feel happy with the way he has spoken, and they can choose another person, another party. But the truth about it is that majority of people in Ondo State are APC. And if you see our primaries, the primaries was intense, was fiercely contested, and to show that we had to pass through a lot of struggle for that APC.
You said majority of the people are for APC, or APC have the larger number compared to other political parties?
Well, it's a distinction between half a dozen and 6. The truth about it is that when you look at all the dramatics personnel, the who is who in politics in Ondo State, all of them are in APC. So,
the who is who, they can't decide for the masses.
Yes, they can't decide, but they control the masses. They discuss with the masses trust them. If you have had all former deputy governors in APC, at least they have some numbers that are supporting them. If you have all former living governors in Ondo State, at least they will have their own support base. If you have all former House of Assembly speakers, you see, we are talking of people who have been tested, who have contested, who have brought themselves outside, and people had shown validation on who they are, and these are people that most of these people have disappointed their people in one way or the other. No, certainly, but the wise saying always say, that it is better for you to stay with someone who you have tested than a person who is not tested.
But that person might have a new idea, fresh idea.
Yes. Until you are in the ring, you may not know how it goes. So it's not a place to go and start learning. Those who have passed through. And the wise saying, they say, known devil is better than an unknown angel. It's not me who manufactured that. It's just for you to see that if I know that this is your shortcoming and these are your good side, I will see how I can maximize those good sides and see how I can cut those your shortcoming area. And these are some of those things. Human beings are not open book that you can just open them and you expect that you know everything about them. But those who have participated, some have done very bad that they have been thrown out altogether. Some have done fairly well that you say, yes, I can still associate with. Some of them extremely good that you can always vouch for them. So we have all this mix of people, and I can tell you, all those people that I have called, they couldn't have been those who have done terribly bad, that they have lost faces with the masses. They are, majority of them have done creditably well, that they still have those followership.
All right, as a medical doctor turned politician, have you identified problems with your people in that area?
Yes,
especially the coastal area. Because
well, you see, before you let me try to analyze what I am looking at now. If it is for me to intervene, I will not go for a long-term project because I have just about a year, and I may not be able to start and end a long-term process. I can work on a short-term and medium-term process, or processes that have been started that have not been concluded. So the first thing I will do is to look at what my predecessor has earmarked, what are things that they are doing, and see that we end it well. It is high time we stopped these abandoned projects. We must see that good projects are well implemented. I will see to that and ensure that that is done. Secondly, one of the major issue or major problem in Nigeria and the South Senatorial District is unemployment of our youths and underemployment of our women and youths. And like I have started, the world has gone beyond you going to office, coming back home and sitting. We must develop soft skills. Soft skills are those that are pushing the world. We must also have a lot of small and medium scale industry in place, because those are those that can drive the economy. And that is the outlook that I want to be known for. That when I was there, this number of youths, this number of women were helped in soft skills, that they are now better person than themselves, and they are now doing very well. Aside that, we have issues with bitumen exploitation. We have issues with sea incursion that the previous government or previous legislators have started. We dust them out and we see how we can move fast, especially the sea incursion, and see how we can bring the federal government into intervening to make sure that Ayetoro is not extinct. Again, we need to see how we can study the sea that we have as our greatest asset. Do you know that Ondo State has the longest seashore line in Nigeria, and we are not using it? We must find a way to institute a program that we can study that sea and make the best use for it. Don't forgetting the seaport, a lot of things that we can do. And if you look at Odigbo local government, if you look at Ileluji local government, they have some peculiar needs that we are going to also meet. And these are the things that we are looking at to get those interventions.